Hey everyone, welcome back to another vlog of my chaos. So we left off with, I got the rear diff pulled out of the red truck, Overland truck 1, I guess I've been calling it. So I got it pulled out and I put another diff in just to make it to where I can roll it, because my plan is to go back in and re-gear it. I've got another set of gears up there. Yeah, see, that's what I want to install, that 29 spline with the diesel, because that'll be a lot stronger. So I'm gonna put those in the rear eventually, but for now I just got to make it roll because I got to be able to get the engine out of the truck. So to get you up to date, I put the diff back in the truck and now it's running and driving, and I got the canopy sitting on here for now. I still got to do a lot of work. I mean, so this was on the truck, but I don't want to use it because it's just so daggone flimsy, and I don't really trust the weight of the tent on top of that at all. That, and I don't like how it rides up against the back of the cab to seal. I just don't like that. So this one is fiberglass, nice and heavy duty. So anyways, my boys helped me get it on the truck, and now I just gotta anchor it down. I can't put my tent on it because my truck does not fit in my garage with the tent on it, unfortunately. So so yeah, rear diff's in. I just got a few things I got to tie up on the rear diff. I got to hook up the air line and stuff. I got my air manifold, which is right behind here, hooked up to the onboard air system. This has onboard air system with, I use the factory AC compressor to generate the air. So we are left off at pulling motors. And why am I pulling motors, to be exact? Well, this motor in this truck, I redid the bottom end, and I didn't touch the pistons, and I should have. I should have changed out the piston rings because they are roached. This thing consumes oil very bad. Probably within 60 to 80 miles you have to put a quart of oil in it. That's how bad it is. So with this being now my long-term Overland truck for quite a while, and there's some trips that I've got a big trip on the 4th of July that I'm hosting. And also I just found out that Andrew St. Pierre White from 4X Overland is going to be in Boise, Idaho. So I would like to meet him. And that's only about a 8-hour drive, 6-hour drive, I think. 6 to 8, something like that. So that's in August 25th, I believe is what he said. So this girl has to be ready. So that is why I'm pulling motors out. So my plan is, since there's nothing wrong with this motor ran beautifully. My objective is to get this motor pulled out because whoa, my diesel is going into that truck eventually. And so I'm gonna pull this motor out. It's got a really good bottom end, and the top end's good, but I know there's some differences between the carbureted and the EFI heads. So I'm gonna take the head off of the other motor, because the other motor has a brand new head on it as well, and I'm gonna take the head off of that and put it on this short block. So lots of work to do. So yeah, now you're all caught up. So now time to take this motor out. So let's dive into it. Yeah. Slight complication. I was hoping this engine would work out for me, and I think it still will, but there is some differences within the years. I know some of the earlier models had a shorter block height from the center of the crankshaft to the top of the block where the cylinder head bolts to. There is some height difference there with the earlier ones versus the later ones. They call it the laser block. You know, they changed some different heights, and also in the earlier 22Rs they ran a piston that was slightly domed with a ring around it, and then the later model ones like my 94 has a flat top piston, and they changed the combustion area on the cylinder head itself to increase compression. And I was hoping my engine would have the flat top pistons, and no. I have the dome top pistons. So what that means is I'm gonna have to use the cylinder head that came off of this, and I've got it up here on the bench, and so I'm gonna take the intake off. Everything looks good, you know, all the cam lobes look really good. There's no, you know, it's got some carbon buildup. Like, see how the oil's really caked on those aluminum pieces and turned it that golden. But everything looks good. It didn't burn any oil at all. So my next thought is I'll get this intake off. I'll get this intake off, and I've got a couple of spare intakes that are the fuel injection, and bolt it up and just make sure that this part is okay. I think it'll still work. I'm not for sure. I'll have to double check. I'm hoping. Otherwise, I am really screwed. really screwed. So, yeah. Hopefully everything pans out, because this is going to really suck if it doesn't. But I'll keep plucking away. That's all I can do. So, but let's take a look at these cylinder walls. You know, this motor's got 109,000 miles on it, and oh, not bad. They look pretty good. You know, there's not a lip up there. You can still see, you know, cross hatches. So I think I'm okay, you know, cylinder wise looks really good. So hopefully, yeah, I got no issues whatsoever cylinder wise. So it's just a matter of will the intake go on to this earlier model 22R.